this reading, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like it is for Aquarius, but I also feel like it's, could talk to the collective, okay? Especially if you're really feeling the effects of just a transformation, okay? So we're going to read a passage from Marcus Aurelius's Meditations. It's basically a book of all of his journal notes, okay? Of his journal notes. He's known as a conqueror, yes, but he was also known as a philosopher as well. And this is from book 12, okay? And it is, they have them like numbered. It's 23 of book 12. Okay, yes, yes, and yes. And then it's on page 167. So these numbers might mean something, especially because of the 12 of this energy of surrendering and surrendering to divine timing, particularly, okay? Let's read. Any one individual activity which comes to an end at the appropriate time suffers no harm from its cessation, nor has the agent suffered any harm simply because this particular action has ceased. In the same way, if the total of all his actions which constitutes a man's life comes to an end at an appropriate time, it suffers no harm from the mere fact of cessation. Nor is the agent who brings this series of actions to a timely end exposed to any harm. The time and the term are assigned by nature. Sometimes man's own nature, as in old age, but in any case by the nature of the whole, which through the constant changing of its constituent parts keeps the whole world ever young and fresh. Now, anything which benefits the whole is always fine and ripe. It follows that for each of us there is certainly no harm in the cessations of life, as there is no shame either, not self-chosen, not damaging to the common interest. Rather, there's good in that it falls in due season for the whole, thereby both giving and receiving benefit. Thus, to a man walks with God's support when his choice and his direction carry him along God's own path. Yes. I feel like it's so powerful because it's really telling you that divine timing is at play in your life right now, okay? Divine timing is at play in your life, and as long as you are not forcing, but you're flowing and not being hard on yourself when the current changes direction, okay? When the current changes direction, you just flow with it. It may not necessarily align with what you thought you needed to be doing or where you needed to be going or any of that, but trust that it is in alignment with your ultimate goal, of creating and sustaining happiness within your life, okay? And I say within your life because remember, we can't control the lives of others. Now, if you have a partner, it's a little bit different, but it still is, if you are happy within yourself and you are in this state of surrender, then your partnership will only benefit from that, okay? As though everything else around you will benefit from that, because everything will kind of fall into place because you're no longer tugging on things. And this also says if things are meant to go your way, they're meant to go your way, or come your way, they're meant to come your way. The things that are meant to leave are meant to leave, and it happens when it's supposed to. So if something has left your life right now, that means it's time, okay? If something has come into your life right now, that means it's time, okay? So we're in this energy of constant death and rebirth every single day, all right? Understand that. So the title, use your words to build your confidence, 143. So 143 for me means I love you, right? And we've been saying that, we say I love you all the time, right? But it was particularly this morning saying it a lot in the mirror, and a lot while we were doing our hand mudras. I can't remember which one this is called, but it activates the solar plexus. And breathing in, and opening and receiving, breathing in, and then letting go, right? So so we're gonna do it. I was seeing if we're gonna do it, so we are. So basically, you take your pointer finger, your middle finger, and your ring finger, okay, and you put it towards your thumb, okay, and then your fingers go out like that, as best you can. If it's not perfect, like if your fingers are, it's okay. And then you do the same with this one. You would actually put these down on your lap, okay? Because you want to be straight up. In the way that I'm sitting right now, you want to be straight up. Your arms, you want to allow your arms to just roll back, and you just want you want everything to relax, and you to relax. And if you can't be straight up and you just kind of like want to, it's okay, all right? Just be comfortable. And so we're going to just breathe in through the nose. And I'm being signaled to breathe in yummy pink light. So we're breathing in the flame of compassion. All right, so we're opening and receiving compassion. Now hold it there, so that way you can breathe this in, all right? And then breathe it into your center. And then when we exhale, releasing. And when you release, feel your breath come out and actually release down your shoulders, down your arms, and out through your hands. Okay, so we're going to do that again. And we're going to breathe in. Imagine that pink, yummy light coming within you, dissolving blockages, finding any repressed anger, any defensiveness, any frustration or impatience, and just transmuting all of that. All of that. Now exhale. Yay. And again. And you can say to yourself, open and receive, and visualize that pink light coming in and just engulfing all of your body. All right? Open and receive as you're breathing in, and hold for as long as you can. And then when you're ready, exhale and actually say, release. You can say releasing, releasing all. Okay, we're using our words to command our energy. All right, to command our mind, command our body into opening and releasing. So opening, receiving, and releasing, right? So we're going to do it one more time, and I want you to in your mind, say that you're opening and receiving, and as you're seeing that pink, beautiful light come into your body and just spread as much as it possibly can. All right, yes, we are in this energy of expanding. Thank you, grandmothers are here. In this energy of expanding. So let's do it again. Inhale. Uncross your legs if your legs are crossed. Belly out, and just allow yourself to just receive. This time hold a little bit longer than you did the first 2 times or the first 3 times. Now exhale. So very good. I love it. So you might feel some more opening in your arms and just feel more at peace and more relaxed, okay? Because we're doing some transmutation during that as well, all right? With commanding, working with the pink flame to transmute all that is not unconditional love, right? Transmute all of that frustration, impatience, and anger, all of that defensiveness, just transmuting it, letting it go, allowing ourselves to fully come into acceptance and trust, right? And then just opening ourselves to really receiving that, so the words, breathing, using the color therapy, the flame, okay? And then also by calling in the flame of compassion, we're working with the angels of the pink ray, working with gods and goddesses of of compassion, all right, coming in. Kuan Yin energy, very strong. And also, because we're focusing on the mudra, other angels came in to assist us. Okay, so Archangel Uriel, Archangel Shemuel coming in to really assist us, and then everyone just coming and helping you to spread that energy and really open those cells to receive, and then releasing, all the cords, the ties, the bonds, releasing all the negative energy, any energy that no longer serves you, just releasing. So using your words to build your confidence. All right, let's go in. I have, before we go to some of these quotes, I'm being called to read this other thing that came in on March 30th, 2022, 8:37. So 28 is the thing that's really sticking out. The number 30 and the number 28 is sticking out. And also 20. Oh, okay. Is sticking out. So it may mean something to you. Everything happens for a reason. Each event or awakening a moment is a piece of the puzzle. At the end of a cycle, 28 to 31 days, you'll see how each puzzle piece fits together to give you the manifested reality you are experiencing now. All right? So this is you actively noticing what's coming into your present day based on the things that you were doing a month ago. Okay, and then you seeing how you actually manifest it today. Okay, yes, yes, and yes. And if you guys are starting to do intentional days where every day you're setting your intention on how you want your day to be, you're visualizing that, you're living that, right? If you are doing that, then quite possibly you're seeing, if you set your intentions for the morning, you're seeing that manifest for you throughout the afternoon and the evening, right? To where you're really understanding that the words that you say really have the power to code your day, okay? Yes, yes, and yes. And so, and you're seeing how these things fit in together. Also seeing when you're having really great days, what did you do the prior 24 hours when you're having a really great day the next day, and then trying to replicate that so that you can have consistent days of balance, consistent days of being in peace and harmony, consistent days of being in the receptive mode, consistent days of being in alignment, being in union with your soul. So each completed puzzle is a larger puzzle that makes up your life. So you see as these pieces come together making up that cycle, there goes one puzzle. Like this could be one puzzle, but then this puzzle is only adding, it creates another huge puzzle piece that is added to the puzzle of your life, right? And so you're building this together, and some pieces you have that are waiting to be put into your life, and this is talking about like experiences, right? Are being waited for you to connect into other things. And then some things have full pieces, experiences that are fully together, like the corner is fully done, and that's like places where you've already conquered, overcome, experienced, love, celebrated, these kinds of things, but now you're waiting for other pieces to come together. So it's like you can't add another piece to the puzzle to have a full experience until you've completed that cycle, create that piece. Okay, if you guys can understand what I mean. Look from a higher perspective to see the pieces that have come together and the pieces that have yet to be included in your reality. So that's kind of what we were just saying. It's like it's life writing a book, not chapter by chapter, but chapters individually, using the higher perspective to put the chapters in order that's for the highest good. So it's like, okay, now you have completed 3 months of whatever work, and you have 3 puzzle pieces, big, huge puzzle pieces. And in your mind, you think it should go 1, 2, 3. But in the universe's mind, they're like, no, 1 is going to come over here to this experience. Number 2 is going to come over here because we have actually 7 more months to add to this before this is full and complete. And number 3 is going to come over here. And actually, the funny thing is that you're not going to be focusing on 1 or 2. You're going to be focusing on number 3 for the next month. All right. So you see how it's kind of like how intricate it really is, this reality. You know what I'm saying? And what happens is when the ego, when the mind gets so entrapped in trying to control where all of these pieces go, then you get frustrated, you get defensive, you get impatient, you get angry, you know, these different things. And Spirit is like, I'm sharing this with you so that you can understand that that is why I'm here. That is why your guides are here, to do that work for you, while you sit back and you allow yourself to receive joy and pleasure, while you allow yourself to enjoy the present moment, not focusing on how does all this fit together? How does all that fit together? Because quite possibly you'll never understand, because at any point in time, divine intervention can come in and can say, oh, nope, come on over here now. I want you to do this. This is going to serve you better at this moment in time. Okay. So it's a big way of basically saying release the how. But I feel like Spirit needed to take you through that journey so that you could understand like that releasing that how, right? Yeah. And so also what came out is Ishtar energy, goddess Ishtar, which for me is just Mother Earth, right? Goddess of the earth. And Gemini came out. Other numbers that might mean something is April 6, 2022, okay? And I'm definitely seeing the 10s in there with the 4 and the 6 and the 20. I'm seeing 3 10s, right? So you building something coming to full completion with that 22. And it's like you realizing that it's this energy of once you've built one thing, you're always being prepared to build the next thing, because that's evolution, that's ascension, that's expansion. That's why we're here. We're here to keep growing. And whatever way that is, it doesn't have to be crazy ways. It could be you learning new dishes to cook. It could be you learning a new language. It could be you learning a new healing modality. It could be you releasing a fear. You know what I mean? It looks different. And then what is written is no more games. All lies within and without will be revealed. So it's lies. So this is you embracing the truth and eradicating fear and delusion is what I just heard. Yeah. And also Serani, he's Serani. I don't know if it's like Serani. I don't know why I looked over there. That's so weird. It was like, something's coming. I don't know what it is. I hear the ice cream truck. Something's coming. It's dead it's winter time where I'm at, so there's no ice cream man coming right now. He won't be here for like another month. But yeah, that is so funny. So with no more games, so that sweet spot. So that's a sweet spot. So Sermani, no more games. You might want to listen to that. Maybe it means something to you. Also, when I saw Gemini, all I could think of Sage Gemini, because funny, I was listening to Neo a lot in the car today, and his album Libra Scales. So something is balancing out. Justice is coming. Something is balancing out. Justice is coming. Yeah, I just seen 1111 of something. Okay. Move forward. So crush your goals. Do not wait. The time will never be just right. Start where you stand and work with whatever tools you may have at your command. Napoleon Hill. Love Napoleon Hill. So, yeah, okay. Go ahead, Chair. Okay. So we were on with our spirit rides, right, where we just have conversations with spirit, and we're driving to locations that our heart is leading us to, and we're just having these conversations with spirit, and where spirit is helping us to understand it's a graduation. It's like we've come to a moment we've come to finishing that puzzle. We've finished that puzzle, and Spirit is helping us to understand, looking at the puzzle from a higher vantage point, understand how everything really fits together, right? So that way we can really take the lessons and not repeat anything that would lower our vibration or cause us pain, right? These kinds of things. So, or to put us back into a cycle of fear in some way, shape, or form within our life. So these conversations, and he reminded me that like a lot of like greats, they will take one book, right? And they will just read it over and over again. Bob Proctor is the one that came up, and actually Think and Grow Rich, I believe, was written by Napoleon Hill, right? I believe it was. So, and he built his whole career off that, like programs, videos. He built his whole career off of this book and over him implementing these strategies. And he speaks about it, and yes, rest in peace. He speaks about it, but in his videos and things like this, and he says that he'll reread this book. He carries it everywhere with him, you know. So it's this kind of energy of, it could be like your book or your journal too. It doesn't have to be something that someone else wrote, you know, or it might be something that you wrote, but it was just in a prior life, right? You know, past life energy coming in, and you really allowing yourself to become one with this knowledge, whatever that is for you. Okay. Or you might be, you might be encouraged to really go through your old journals, okay, and read the things that you wrote, because those are seeds, okay? Those are seeds that have been planted, and you'll start to be able to connect the dots. Connect the dots. La la la. All right. Yes, definitely. Come in peace, but I mean business. Janelle Monáe. I come in peace, but I mean business. So this is also like you seriously taking something that you want to study or you've been guided to study more serious. All right. So, and also in believing in yourself that this came to you for a reason, you know, and following those intuitive promptings, and taking action in that way. You know, for some of you guys, it could just be going to the gym every day, or swimming, or, you know, starting something exercise wise, and you really saying, no, I'm going to pour my heart into this. I'm going to really focus on this, you know, and it's just one thing. It's not like a whole bunch of things. And maybe that one thing is you rereading your old journals. Maybe that one thing is rereading that book that made so much impact on you, you know, but this is a daily thing too, you know what I mean? Putting energy into whatever this is daily. And it could be mirror work, you doing mirror work, you know, every day, you know, whatever that is. And in spirit, remember, we've been talking about this, that you're committing to something, you know, but it's going to be something that's easy, something. And it's like, no matter what else happens in your day, if you have completed that one thing, then you're good. You know what I mean? And that one thing could be 5 minutes of just saying affirmations in the mirror to yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah. Great people do things before they are ready. They do things before they know they can do it. Doing what you're afraid of, getting out of your comfort zone, taking risks. That's what life is about. Amy Poehler. I can't remember if she's I feel like she's an actress, but you get the gist. I feel like that one was self-explanatory, okay? There was no magic to it. I just wrote constantly and kept trying to get better and nurtured delusions, okay? It's totally normal. Roxanne Gay. So that is like exactly what we were just saying, like whatever that could be for you, you know, if it is writing that book, just a little bit at a time every day, you know. It doesn't even have to be a whole paragraph. It could be a sentence, you know, and that might be something of writing it in this way. You see that? Yeah. And then putting the pieces together, understanding that all those pieces may not be in the order that you entered them in, but you have all the pieces, and maybe a game, you know, at the end where you're just cutting your journal up or something. Maybe not necessarily cutting your journal, but copying those images, printing them, and then cutting your journal up, and then putting in a puzzle piece how everything is going to fit together. You know what I'm saying? And that makes it really fun. Somebody might be like, oh my God, that's so much work. But you know what? You're supposed to enjoy the journey. You're supposed to enjoy the process. And if you're not enjoying the journey, enjoying the process, then you're in your ego and you're forcing, you're not flowing. Yeah. Stay afraid, but do it anyway. Carrie Fisher. Yes. Okay. I'm going to say it again. Stay afraid, but do it anyway. Yeah, stay afraid and do it anyway. You know, a lot of people that followed their gut, they went to that audition, they submitted their book to that publishing company, they applied for that business loan. They were afraid to do it, but they did it anyway. I remember hearing, I can't remember who it was, but it was like a radio show I was listening to, or it might have been a podcast, but it was sounding like a radio show. And I think it was like a podcast of a recording of a radio show or something, whatever. And this person, and I think it was I cannot remember who it was, but it's someone in retail, and they ended up, they're a big name in retail, but I can't remember their name, but they applied to all of these different banks to get this loan, and I forget, it was like, or maybe was it the Bank of the Radio Show? I can't remember, but it was like the 100th time of her putting something in. She's ready to give up, and then she put it in one more time. One more time. She's like, let me. And then she ended up, getting the loan or whatever it was. So it's that energy. We hear about it. I want to say all the time, because I'm always I love hearing stories of triumph, okay? I love watching documentaries of people who beat the odds, of people who didn't stop going after their dream and they achieved it. You know, I love that. So I love watching music documentaries and things like that, of like, how they made it and everything like this, because it's very inspiring, it's very empowering. I love watching stories about athletes. There's one on Netflix. I can't remember. It's a mountain one. I remember the tarot priest, she mentioned it too. And actually, I watched that last year when my daughter was in a car accident, almost died, right? And I almost lost 4 family members that night. And I was forced to stay home for it was like 2.5 months. And a part of like calming my energy, we watched that mountain documentary of this guy like climbing all the big summits or what have you, but it was so empowering. And it's like, you know what, you can get over anything if you believe you can. So it brings us back to, having back to verses of having the faith as a grain of a mustard seed. Okay. Yeah. All right, guys, I hope that you enjoyed that. This was a little bit different. Or maybe it wasn't a little bit different. Maybe that's an illusion, right? Of feeling like, for me, that it's a little bit different, but it's not necessarily for you. I don't know. I'm going to do one last and then end the reading. Look, you live one life. Give it all you flippin' got and take all your shots. One's bound to hit the target. Oh my God. I love that. It was like on point like that. Harinam Kaur. I'm going to spell this one. Harnam. Kaur. Kaur. Now, also with this, let me tell you something. Har seed mantra. If you guys want to look that up and start using that, we use it a lot in Kundalini yoga. All right, it might be something that brings healing, it brings good fortune. All right, something to just say over and over again. You can even just write it, you don't have to speak it, but speaking helps to clear your throat chakra, which helps to open you to receive. It makes space, it clears, it purifies everything. All right, so I don't know if this is going to show correctly or not, like, if it's going to mirror back correct to you guys so you can read it, but just in case it does, I put it there because that seemed to be the one that Spirit wants you to hold on and to leave with. If you don't leave with anything out of this, that would be the one. That would be the one thing out of everything that we've said, everything that came in, that would be the one thing for you to hold on to. All right, even put it on your mirror, read it every day, look at it, and be your own motivator, your own cheerleader, right? That kind of energy, like go, go, go. You got this. Okay, bye.